Definitely the vanadium redox flow potential. If the world is going to need renewables, which it is, and if it's going to try to achieve its targets, some of these producers of motor vehicles set out to be only electrified by 2030. Some countries are stating that they would be completely or 50% independent from carbon fuels by as late as 2035. That means that energy has to be stored, and of all the battery technologies that are available currently in use, the vanadium technology is the one that works, and that comes from the 4 oxidation states of vanadium. So basically what it means is that the vanadium redox flow battery, as the name suggests, is a flow battery, and redox meaning it reduces and it oxidizes. So from the 4 states of oxidation, V2, it goes to V3 in the one tank, and the other tank it goes from O4 to V4 to V5. And that allows then electrolytes to flow, and also it's a elemental, a pure elemental chemistry. So it's only vanadium. It's not like zinc, bromide, or bromine, which is dependent on 2 elements, which creates other problems, particularly with relation to safety. It's not as expensive as lithium is at this stage. It's more renewable in the sense that it can be recycled far better than lithium. There's a lot of other benefits in vanadium that describes the or makes it eloquent for the application of grid stability, and that's the one part of it that makes me excited about it. You can also see that in the demand curves. About a year ago, 1 to 2% of vanadium supply was taken up by vanadium redox flow batteries. Currently, it's anything between 3 and 5%, and it's expected to grow to 25% and beyond. So that's a very large element of vanadium. Then the second element is, of course, the alloy. Steel alloy, specialist steel alloys element to that, where it's used in the aerospace industry, and then also in other specialist steels for the building of where buildings are no longer or shouldn't be no longer be built only with rebar and with concrete. It should be with glass and to be more environmentally friendly and steels, and that's where vanadium also comes in. And then secondly, or thirdly, lastly, it's still got its base case scenario, and that's rebar, which is the strengthening of steel. And that's set out to grow in any event. I see the World Steel Council has just projected that it will, despite the Ukrainian war and despite the last slowdown, it's still projected to grow by 2% this year. So steel is very much part of the base of vanadium demand still, but these other elements are giving it the uplift that it needs. I think it's only it would be in grid scale stability. It's not like lithium, where it's got high density power applications. Zinc bromide has also got higher density power applications, therefore could be used in home applications, although there's some question marks about the safety of it due to dendrites forming because of its chemistry. But yeah, I think there's more than enough space for vanadium with the amounts of energy that needs to be stored due to the cyclical use of energy by us humans and the various forms of renewable energy not necessarily conforming with those cycles. That needs to then be stored. So yeah, no, definitely large-scale batteries, but also neighborhood scale. It doesn't have to be national grid scale. It can be neighborhood scale. But the nice thing about vanadium, it can be upscaled. It's modular. You can upscale it from 50 megawatt hours to 800 megawatt hours. It's anything you like. It just depends how big you make the two containers that contain the analyte and the catalyte.